Hello everyone, Auvbri here and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. Today we are doing a penthouse and man, this took forever to make and it just took like several days to make. So because my work is very demanding, I had to kind of every time I got home, like maybe at 11 at night or something, then I had to sit down and start to create some more in this build, uh, and that's why it's taking quite a long time to do. And you will see some changes throughout this build where I do make big changes to the house, like for instance the way that it's colored and just some changes here and there. Um, just because when you come back to a build with a fresh set of eyes, you actually see something that you couldn't see before, and I think that really helped me a lot throughout this build. So as you can see, it's a very huge build. It's probably not the biggest build I've done, but it is for certain a very grand build. And I'm literally not kidding. It took, for all the clips that I had put together before I actually changed the speed of things, it actually was like 3 hours and 27 minutes or something like that, and it was just insane. It's just huge. So this build, what can I say about it? It's a really modern penthouse build, and I wanted to capture the modern aspect of it. So we actually, downstairs we have mostly a huge open area. It's just one big room, but it's kind of separated throughout the build with like little sudden changes, like I don't know what to call them. You know, in City Living we got these like shader things, and I also used them in the apartment build that I uploaded last week. I don't know what they're called, but I kind of used those to separate rooms, and the kitchen separates the room. And I'm really happy about how it turned out. So there is actually one room in this house that I did not furnish just because I didn't want to. And at that point, I was just kind of like, this build has just taken so long, and I'm just kind of over it at the moment. Not that I didn't like the build, I'm super happy about how this turned out, but it was more like this has just taken so long to do, and I thought, you know what, a spare room is okay in my book. It's okay to leave a spare room. So that's what I did. So we have one big kitchen. We have 3 living room areas. Yeah, that's right. 3 living room areas. I know that sounds insane, but just because of the open aspect of the house in the downstairs, it's just so open. I couldn't find a right spot to put in a room. There was a place where I thought about putting in a room, you know, an extra spare room, but I decided not to do that. You can totally put in a room there if you want to do that. So definitely keep that in mind. But yeah, 3 living rooms, then we have 1 bathroom. We have a big master bedroom, and we have study room, and I think that's kind of it. And then of course pools and lots of spaces outdoors. So yeah, huge build. We're not gonna keep the color that we have on the house now, so all of the wood we're gonna change. At the moment I thought it looked really good. I kind of had in the back of my head, you know, like, okay, so this looks okay, but there's something wrong with it. It just doesn't look great. It looks okay, but not great. So I just kept it there, and then I decided to get back to it after coming home from work and kind of be able to look on it with a fresh pair of eyes. So we're gonna change the color of the house at some point. And now we're just working on the upstairs. I will say there is a lot of things that I cut out. So initially it didn't actually look like this inside. So we still had this upstairs where you could kind of look down into the living room below. But it was angled in another way. And that just didn't work for me because some of the room actually was not accessible. And then I tried to move it around and it still didn't look good. And I tried a lot of different things. I've cut a lot in this build, in the speed build, to actually keep the time on the builds below 30 minutes, because I think 30 minutes is a long time to watch a speed build. And that's just what I think. It is quite a long time, and I didn't want it to be over 30 minutes. So I did edit a lot of stuff out. It's not important stuff, just kind of stuff where I kind of fiddle around and trying to figure out how the layout is going to be. I just put in some blue colors in the pools here, just because I do like having that idea of a pool being a bit more blue, and it just looks cleaner, and it just looks, I just think it looks better when it is a bit more blue than it actually is. So that's why I did that. So here I tried to put in the dining room space here. I didn't know what I wanted to do here. Initially I wanted the dining room area to be there. But I decided just to put in a little living room space, just because this is such a big house and there is a lot of space to do with what you want to do. And I could have put in a lot more rooms than I did. I probably should have, but at the moment I didn't feel like this was a house with a lot of rooms. I felt like this was a house for a rich couple who didn't have any kids and didn't want any kids, had a spare room in case, but just lived their life and, kind of have this super modern looking house. Penthouse apartment, super rich people, have a lot of parties with their wealthy friends and stuff like that. So that's why I imagined that a lot of seating areas around the place would be a nice thing to have. So yeah, that's why I did that. Also, just because the windows are so big here, I found it kind of difficult to place things on the walls, like paintings and stuff like that. And oh my god, I love this like chandelier just hanging out into the open. And I scaled one of them up and just put a normal one in the middle of it, and it just looks freaking awesome. I'm super happy about how that looked. And I'm just at nighttime here just to actually see how all the lighting actually looks in the house. I wanted to have not a really harsh lighting, but I wanted to have a subtle, soft light in this house throughout this build. Some of the places, like here, just because they're so far to the ceiling, I felt like I could have these lights and it still didn't look like super bright. It didn't look super harsh. It was still kind of a soft lighting, and I really like that. So yeah, working on the kitchen now. Also, again, a huge kitchen. I like the idea of having this kitchen be kind of like a room separator instead of being, has its own room. So that's what I kind of said in the beginning. This is, for the most part, in the ground floor here, an open floor plan, except for the bedroom. But that doesn't actually have a door into the bedroom. It's more like a huge archway. So I like the idea of having the kitchen to kind of be a separation to kind of separate the rooms but still keep it open. And that's kind of what we did here. Just using some shelvings to kind of hide the fridges there. For some reason, I could not get the fridges to work in an archway. I know you can do that. I've done it before, but it just didn't work, and it was super annoying. Like, I wanted it so bad to work, and it was just not working. It was just like, oh, damn it. And then I decided to put in 2 stovetops here, and I was like, okay, so something is missing in here. What can I do to, because what are they called? What are cabinets? Yeah, the cabinets. You can actually move them up and down. You can do that, but it just doesn't look good, and it just took too much time. So I decided to play around with some different sized shelvings here to kind of create like this natural cabinet feel that we have here, and I think it looks pretty awesome. I'm super happy about how it looked. It's just too bad that I couldn't actually have stuff to be on the shelves, just because I don't know why, but when you scale up shelvings and other things that can have, other surfaces, it freaks out a bit. The game freaks out, and you can't, it just, I could put one thing on the shelving, and that was like in between the range hoods, and that was just ridiculous. It didn't look good at all. So I didn't do that. Working on the dining room area now. I liked the idea of having this huge, I guess it's a lamp or some kind of lighting mechanism, but I liked the idea of having that like kind of arch on the back of the dining room area, on the dining room table, and it just looked awesome. And I put in a plants and just stuff like that, just stuff to kind of bring out the lamp. And I just thought it was such a cool idea, and kind of having this, I don't know what it is. It's kind of like, it's not a rock, but it's like a mosaic kind of stone piece thing that kind of acts like a rock or carpet, and it just looked awesome, and I decided to just go with that. I was happy about that. So, sorry, I'm recording this. Just got home from work. So, yeah. Just another knick-knack here. Again, this house is all about, I try to keep everything super modern here, and kind of have like this modern feel to it. And we are gonna change some of the wallpapers in here as well, just because I didn't like how the exposed brick actually looked. It didn't look right to me. It did at the time, but we're also gonna change the flooring to a lighter color wood, just because it feels more modern then, and just to kind of have clean lines. And for me, having this sleek modern look is all about having a clean line of white and blacks, and kind of breaking that up a bit with colors like green from flowers, and drapes that have like patterns in it and stuff like that. And that's what I tried to do here. Outside here, I wanted to have something to kind of shield some of the bigger aspects of the house here, where we kind of have these big open window areas. And at first I tried to use these as a kind of shield kind of thing, to kind of give a bit more privacy. But then I decided to make my own kind of like little shader thing, and kind of make it look a bit abstract, and I thought that was a cool idea. So it's just kind of all over the place, and we're gonna get back to that in the end and do that with some of the other windows as well. What am I doing here? It's just such a long build. I mean, it's just... Oh yeah, so the bathroom here. No, okay, we're changing the color of the flooring. And oh yeah, so this is where I returned to it after a few days of work, and I was just like, okay, so there's just something here that doesn't actually work for me. I don't like how that looks. So we got rid of the exposed brick. We changed the flooring to a brighter color. And then I started to work on the bathroom here. Again, trying to have like these modern, sleek lines, and this toilet is just ridiculous, but I love it. It looks super high tech, and that's just my taste. And yeah, there's just nothing really special about this bathroom here. It's just like modern and kind of sleek looking. We have some decorations in there to kind of break things up, and of course plants always break up the white colors, and I love that. And that's just kind of it. I mean, it's nothing really special. Up here we have the biggest of the living rooms with, of course, the curved flat screen TV. Oh my god, I would love to have a curved screen TV, or just a curved monitor for my computer. So, you know, kind of, oh, it could be so cool. Kind of like a 34-inch widescreen curved display. That would be freaking awesome. But I'm dreaming here. Yeah, just working on the living room area here. We have the fireplace in the back, and then I just kind of tried to create like a little seating area here, and just kind of cut it off a bit with these side tables that I kind of use as a stone, kind of like a little half wall, but a thick half wall, and I thought that looked cool. Yeah, nothing really special up here. It's just the dining room area, living room area, and then in the back I decided to have some sort of bookcases and a little place that you can read your books and stuff like that. But that's just kind of what we have up here. We also have the spare room, but I didn't put anything in there. You can do with that whatever you want if you decide that you want to have a kid move into this house as well. Do what you want. It's your house. Once you download it, just do what you want with it. I mean, it's totally up to you. Yeah, what are we doing here? Putting in some seating area for the little reading area. We're gonna have a more dedicated library to your sim downstairs, so where we have like shelving from top to bottom, and a proper seating area. So here I kind of had this open space as well, and I wanted it to be kind of like an activities area. So I decided to put in a desk eventually. I was just kind of looking for a place to that. But yeah, I put in a desk and then a computer, because I thought, okay, we need to have some place for work to be done. But I didn't want it to be in a room by itself. And then I was like, okay, we need some entertainment as well, because as I said, I kind of feel like this is the setting for a party among rich people. You know, a really glamorous party. So a grand piano was, of course, just what we needed. So that's why I did that. And here we have the little library with the big wall of books and seating areas. And yeah, that's just kind of it. I love how simple this looks, and just how the color palette is in here. Again, I'm super into the modern, sleek looking designs. I just feel like that always goes well with everything. So if you have no idea what style you want to make, modern is usually the way to go, because you can do pretty much anything with a modern house build. Gosh, I've been talking for 20 minutes straight. If you're still here, tell me in the comment section down below. I would like to know if you've stuck out this long. Only 7 minutes left, I promise. So, working on the master bedroom here. Yeah, what can I say? It was just... I tried to keep with the style, but also kind of stray a little bit. And maybe get it a bit more personal. But still have that modern feel to it. So we work with some grays in here and some blacks. And yeah, that's kind of it. I love those new closets. I think they look great. That's just what I wanted. I mean, I've been asking for that for so long, and it finally came, and I'm just like, woo! Yeah, great. Oh yeah, if you haven't already done that, if you haven't seen it, I started a new Let's Play series. It's called Glamorous Detective, and I had so much fun doing the first episode, so be sure to check that out. In the end of this video, there will be annotations, and just check it out. It was super fun to do. It's such a fun Let's Play, and I'm super happy about how it turned out. And yeah, now we've moved outside. I wanted to have a garden outside just because this is such a big house, and I felt like we needed something to break up the house. Now that it's just kind of like, it has like this look to it, that it looks a bit more like it fits into the building with the gray colors and stuff like that. I just felt like we needed something to break up that and actually make it look like it was a penthouse on top of the skyscraper. So lots of trees, not big trees, just these small ones, and plants all around the place. And yeah, outside here I just decided to do, of course, the hot tub, because it is a rich person's house, so a hot tub is of course mandatory. But also I did an outside kitchen with the barbecue and of course the pools, seating areas, and yeah, that's just kind of it. I mean, standard outside stuff. I mean, I would have liked some more outside stuff to do. There's just times when I really do miss The Sims 4 or The Sims 3 and all of the expansions we got then. I mean, it's been... The Sims 4 has been out for like a little over 2 years now, and this is only the third or fourth expansion, and it's not good. I mean, at this time or at this rate, we're never gonna get seasons, and we're never gonna get pets, and oh damn, there's just so many things that I want, and but I have my fingers crossed. I hope everything's gonna be okay. Working on the outside here, putting in some lights just to kind of break up these kind of columns that hold the house together, and putting in these light, I guess there's columns too, like the kind of light column bars things, and yeah, just some plants here on the back of the hot tub just to kind of break it up a bit, and I thought that looked really cozy and nice. And then we're gonna put in, of course, stuff to the pool, but we're also gonna put in these like from the Dine Out game pack, kind of like these. It's light lighting things, but they kind of heat stuff. And oh yeah, there we go. I have no idea what those are called. I'm not even sure what they're called in my own language, so don't judge. Yeah, just putting in the last columns here, and we are gonna jump into the screenshots in just a little bit. But this is pretty much the last thing that I'm gonna do on this build, and yeah, we're pretty much at the end at this point. Yeah, just looking around, and here we have these screenshots. So this is the little first kind of little living area, and I do love the staircase that it has no railing on it. I just think it makes it that much more sleek looking. Remember, if you want to get this build, you can certainly do that. Just search my origin ID, which is Auvbri, in the gallery, and you should be able to find every single thing that I have ever made. There was a question. No, I don't use creative content. I don't use CC ever, and you should be able to just download my builds no problem and just have it and play around with it immediately. And that's kind of a big deal for me. I don't ever use CC ever, so don't worry about that. Master bedroom here, and yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, be sure to leave me a big like, subscribe, share it with your friends, and comment down in the comment section below what you think about this build. It could be really nice if we could reach 7,000 subscribers within this year. It would be freaking awesome and so amazing. I have a huge build in wait for you guys if that happens. But anyways, there's nothing else for me to say. Just have an amazing and fantastic day wherever you are in the world. And I will see you next time for another speed build. Be sure to check out my last video. I'm Auvbri. Have a good day.